IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like...
Lennox Lewis reacts with surprise to Terence Crawford's ruthless preparations for the Canelo showdown. He applauds Crawford's work ethic and razor-sharp boxing IQ, noting that once Crawford locks in, he knows exactly how to dismantle his rivals. Lewis underlines that this kind of discipline proves Crawford is fully locked and loaded for the test ahead.
The top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, insists his fighter is unfazed by the spotlight. Bomac stressed that Crawford feels no pressure entering this historic battle with Canelo Alvarez. He explained that Crawford has treated this bout like every other major challenge in his career, with focus, discipline, and calm. His preparation has been precise, measured, and built on execution. To Bomac, this isn't about the occasion. It's about legacy. He promises Crawford is mentally cool, physically sharp, and perfectly prepared to stun the boxing world.
A fight rather than maybe boxing.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terence because Terence gonna fight the way that he's used to fighting. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're going to fight, and that's the way we're going to get the job done.
When people talk about this fight and they talk about the outcome of the fight, the sort of narrative online is that, look, Terence was moving up in weight, but we all know Terence can crack. When that fight was made with Errol Spence, it was seen as a 50-50 fight, and in reality what it was one of the most destructive performances I've ever seen. Should fans be surprised if Terence could manage to stop Canelo?
I think that fans are going to be surprised when he dismantled Canelo. You know, the more time goes on, the more time Terence can settle into that way, the worse it's off for the opponent.
The last one from me, because I know this time is now at that minute as you were talking, so I just had one more question. If he manages to get through Canelo Alvarez, does that cement his place on the Mount Rushmore of boxing?
You just answered the question.
Rhetorical.
Legendary voice Larry Merchant drew a dramatic parallel between history and the upcoming Crawford-Canelo clash. He recalled Sugar Ray Leonard's unlikely victory over Marvin Hagler, a fight many believe Leonard couldn't win. Merchant argued that Crawford stands in the same position, the smaller, sharper technician taking on a naturally bigger, stronger champion. Just as Leonard used speed, skill, and intelligence to outthink Hagler, Merchant believes Crawford has the blueprint to outmaneuver Canelo. In his view, the fight will be won with footwork, timing, and control of tempo.
Asked the great Larry Merchant, I said, do you think Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And I said, why do you say that? He said, same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out. That's what Ray did so effectively.
Veteran trainer Buzzy Ennis delivered a warning shot about the matchup. He pointed out that Canelo Alvarez has shown cracks of frustration when facing slick, elusive opponents, and Crawford is the exact type who can exploit that. Unlike past challengers who lack the skill set, Crawford thrives on angles, counters, and forcing his rivals into awkward positions. Ennis argued that this fight isn't about brute force, but about dictating rhythm. If Crawford frustrates Canelo early, it could pave the way for a career-defining upset.
See, and all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance? After watching, I know we've seen him against Lara back in the day, but now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. And I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. Is as soon as he as soon as you turn him, then is that when you start firing off?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way, the way I would have my fighter doing is I'm boxing him, you know what I mean? And he coming at me, I'm hitting him, pop, 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 pop. And soon he gets set, I'll tie him up. Walking to the center. You know what I mean? We cruise to the ropes and do the same thing. And keep on frustrating, hit with the jab, boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hitting him, though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he let his guards down. And it's a good night.
Bernie Thaw, a trusted figure in Crawford's circle, didn't hold back when discussing Canelo. He flat out declared that Alvarez's style is made for Crawford. Methodical, powerful, and at times predictable. Exactly the type of rhythm Crawford reads and dismantles. Bernie praised Crawford's instincts, fearlessness, and adaptability, saying his man has both the courage and skill to break Canelo down. He emphasized that Crawford isn't stepping into the ring just to participate in a mega fight. He's coming to impose his will and win.
People are saying about Crawford's age, but, no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious, he works hard throughout these years. So, of course you're gonna, you gotta count that in the factor. But in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. He's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. We got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing comes easy to Team Crawford, and expect us to look good on the 12th. Expect us to come out victorious September 12th.
Well, we obviously just saw his fight against Skull, and people didn't obviously enjoy it, the back foot boxing from Skull and whatever, but what fight can fans expect from Bud? Because a lot of people think that it'll be similar to that or the Charlo fight or whatever like that.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We going to do everything we can to him. We going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him, because you can't beat Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something. And he better know Crawford is coming.
Crawford's preparation for Canelo has included top-notch sparring partners built to replicate the Mexican star's style. Among them is Lester Martinez, a seasoned fighter bringing pressure, strength, and ring craft to sessions. Reports reveal Crawford has looked razor-sharp, adapting to Martinez's power while firing back with his trademark counters and precision. Facing fighters like Martinez ensures that Crawford won't just step into ring prepared. He'll enter fully adjusted to the size, strength, and intensity of a super middleweight.